Hey, what's up guys, and welcome in this new tutorial where I'm gonna show you the most important trick to balance kick and bass, and this works for every genre, but for this case we're gonna use a Tech House reference track. So before starting with this tutorial, I would like to remind you that the presets and the samples that we're gonna use are from our own sample pack collections. In particular, the kick from our Django Groovy Tech House pack and the presets are from our Mirage 4 Serum presets pack. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna load the reference track. So we have already loaded this track by Joshua. So let's take a listen to this. Yeah, really basic tech house track, which is really trending at the moment. And then we have a kick drum and two bass lines. So for our own track, we have selected this kick. And these are the bass line. I've tried to recreate a similar pattern to the one used in Joshua's track so that we can have a better comparison. What we're gonna do now is gonna be going into the reference track. As you can see, I've already loaded some plugins. The first one is a utility that we're gonna use to balance the gain. Then we have an EQ8 and a span. What we're gonna do is gonna be isolating the low frequencies. And then having the span to double check how they are working on the frequency spectrum. So what I want to do here is reduce the gain at around 6 dB of the reference track. Here we have the kick and here we have the bass line, basically. Going on the master channel of our track, where as you can see I already have the same EQ cutting the tops and the span, and we're gonna basically mute the two bass line, and we are only gonna leave the kick on, and we're gonna match the volume of the kick drum to the volume of the reference track. So we can do it by ear, but it's also gonna be helpful if we can do it with the span as well. So let's check it on the original track that we have. So we have the kick here, which is right at the -30 mark. Also, as you can see, it's a bit higher in frequency. On the reference track is louder, so what we can do is we can reduce the volume of the reference track. In this way we're gonna have both of those at the same level, and then we can work on the bass line to make them fit. Also, as I told you, we have the kick which is playing on two different frequencies, so we might wanna add a frequency shifter here and reduce it by maybe 10 Hz or 5. Yeah, here it's playing at around 51, 52 Hz. Yeah, and here it's basically the same. Maybe we can reduce the reference track by alpha dB, like this. And then we can work with the sub and the mid. So we're gonna add the sub. As you can hear on the original track, the sub is not that present, so I'm gonna keep it low here. Actually, I don't think that we even have a sub on the original track. Let's hear the mid bass line as well. So here the main bassline, let's say it's playing at around 150 Hz and it's between 30 and 36. Here we are around the same frequency. we are a bit lower. Like this. Now let's have a listen without DQ. So now we can take the reference track back to more or less the same peak level of our track. As you can hear, even if the original track obviously is mastered and it sounds much louder and fuller because there are quite a bit of other elements, the balance in the low end is very similar. And another thing that you want to take a look at here is the actual sound design that we've done. So as you can see, we have a kick which has pretty much a similar shape to the one in the original track, and also for the bass line. Here on the mid we have this sidechain, which as you can see is working only at 60%, while on the sub we have this other sidechain, which is much more aggressive, and in this way we can create this balance between the sub, the mid and the kick drum. Then obviously we have different presets and different sound from the original, but the main thing that you want to take a look at here is the balance between the kick and the bass line. So as I said at the beginning of the video, you can apply this technique for every genre. The important thing is that you have a reference track which works well with the track that you're working on. So yeah, and basically that's it for this tutorial. Don't forget to check out our packs from the link in the description below. Let us know what tutorials would you like to see next, and I'll see you soon. Bye.